portion of the program is brought to you by NCA National Certified Alarms. No long-term contracts. License number 645. So, so somebody just asked me, is the Jamaican bobsled team still around? Yes, 3 teams qualified for this year's bobsledding. South America has sent this year Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Bolivia, Ecuador, and Uruguay. But Chile is the one that has, because of the Alpine, because of the snow and whatnot, Brazil's got a strong team in their Alpine skiing. And that's, so there we go. Now let's see how many African nations are competing. Right? There's always one guy. You know what, though? Let me tell you something. Here's something for you guys. Let's say, for a second, Bell, right? Let's say you are an athlete. You're a good athlete. And they come to you, and
We're
like
obviously in Fantasyland.
Yeah,
here,
Fantasyland. So let's say you're a good athlete, and they come to you. Your grandmother was born in some other country that doesn't have a history of any kind of winter sports, but you didn't make the U.S. skiing team, but you're good, and they come to you and say, "Would you like to ski for us?" Yeah. Right? I mean, why wouldn't
I would
you?
if that's allowed.
Yeah. Well, it is a lot of times. And there's what's that girl's name? So one of the Chinese skiers, she was born and raised in America, but she chose to ski for China. And everybody's like, oh, it was a dollar decision. She made $100,000 from skiing last year. She made $23 million in endorsements from China.
Goodness.
Yeah. So I was talking, Ken, because we were going over Africa sent 8 nations.
Oh, wow.
But I can almost guarantee you a lot of them are probably Americans whose grandparents, immigrated here, but they were born there, so they have a chance to get there. Or they were, it's like Eritrea is arguably the most dangerous place in the planet.
Oh, yeah.
So what do you guys got going on over there that's snow-worthy?
Right.
But Chile has got a big alpine ski contingent there. But Shannon Abdia is from Eritrea. She is one of the key athletes. She's key enough.
I saw where Chile only has 2.
Yeah,
right?
But they're alpine.
Yeah, alpine
and,
skiing.
and those guys don't live they haven't been to Chile in 20 years.
Don't we, when basketball is in, that happens obviously during the summer games, but when basketball is packed full of NBA ringers, how is that amateur athletes?
Because you don't have to be an amateur anymore. They got rid of that.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, part of the thing was the amateur. It was the years with the Soviets, right? Like when we won, the reason it was so big in 1980 when we won the gold medal, they were kids. They were college kids.
They beat grown-ass men.
Not only did they bring grown-ass men, that was their job. Yeah. They were part of the Red Army.
Right.
And all they did was play hockey all day. And these guys had to go to school and stuff. So that's why it was such a massive upset. And they got rid of, they got rid of amateurism a long time ago. Because, we also didn't like the fact that hi, I work part-time at Home Depot, and they help me out and give me a stipend of $1,000 a month, and I live in my car so I can be a wrestler. They didn't like that. And so amateurism finally went away because also people started complaining, much like they do with the NCAA. Well, it's crazy that we're all amateurs and you guys are making $20 billion off this. And we can't. So it's going to be, bobsled. There's a bobsled team from Jamaica. They have 3. They have a men's, women's, and a two-man bobsled team, which is awesome. That is awesome. That is so cool. Oh, and there's an African skier.
All right.
Let's do it, baby. That's what the last thing.
Is that Croatia?
Yeah, I think it was Croatia.
Okay, it's just spelled.
They spell, because they all put their European, like Turkey and stuff like that.
Right.
When,
Don't a lot of African countries end up sending like marathon winners to the summer games?
Oh, yeah.
Don't they have a lot of great runners?
Mm-hmm, Absolutely. Like it's Ethiopia,
Niger.
Yeah, all of those. And they're, because why? They're running at altitude their whole life. and that's those guys. They're just amazing.
They all weigh about 130 pounds.
So sopping wet.
Yeah.
With 0% body fat.
So when you run at altitude all that time, when you go down to sea level, it's almost like getting an oxygen boost.
Yeah, that's why a lot of the endurance athletes all train at, And then that weird stuff like the bikers do, like on the Tour de France, where will take their blood out and they'll freeze their blood to get extra oxygen in it, and then they re-put it back. They do all this stuff to cheat. Well, again,
that's what Lance was doing, wasn't he?
He was doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was medical treatments and drugs.
Remember, they never, ever got a dirty test on Lance Armstrong. They just ran him out of money. He was not loved, though. The thing is, he destroyed anybody who came after him. But I love it when they took away a lot of these guys. They'll take away their gold medals, in the Tour de France, and they have to go to like the 15th guy who wasn't caught cheating. Because there were so many of them caught, because that's a dirty sport. I just let him be dirty. I'm fine with that. Let him be dirty. If you want to be dirty and you want to run, just go crazy, who cares? Let them. They're going to try it anyways. I mean, my goodness, we've been talking about Penisgate at the Olympics so they can wear a bigger suit to jump in. Ski jumping is fun, though. That is fun. And you know what else is? They got a lot of the X Games stuff, too. They got a lot of the snowboarding, and that stuff's cool. So I watch them. I woke up this morning, I was watching the curling. I'm like, yeah, baby, because we're going to be so good at it next week because Ken and I and Matt are playing curling at T-Line.
We're going to play curling.
Is that what you do? That's what you're playing, curling?
I'm going to play curling. Hey, Mo.
Come on out. Let's do it. I'm ready. I want to do the sweeping because I feel like that's a little bit easier than me trying to squat down on my knees and never get up again.
Tell me if I'm wrong. I thought that position was reserved for women.
You're right. But I'm going to try it this time.
I'm not going to be able to do that squatting either.
Yeah. I was. Did you see last week? Because Kelsey and his wife, what's her name, Kylie, whatever her name is.
Yeah, Jason's wife.
Yeah, Jason's wife. They're like the big supporters of the curling team. So they were out curling with them. And I
saw that.
She was so funny. She goes, first of all, I like how they take my shot from behind so they can look at my ass. And then she goes, secondly, you're so terrified when you push off that you stare down and you start to drift. Eritrea, baby. Let's do it. Oh, my God, I love Eritrea. Eritrea? Who is it? It's a white guy.
Is it?
There was. Okay, here we go. This is Estonia. Oh, I'm going back to Estonia. Here comes the Estonians.
What channel are you on, NBC?
I'm on, NBC. Here comes the Estonians.
They got 32.
Yeah, they do.
Looks like one of them's middle-aged. Oh, no, that can't be. Maybe it's a coach.
Yeah? I don't know.
Oh, look, they're dancing.
Oh, of course they are. They're popping it. You know what? I've thought I would love to, like, if you're in the Olympics, do you want to go to this or not? To the opening ceremonies.
I wished I lived in one of those beautiful apartments right there before you go into the arena.
Yeah.
I look at that little place, man. That looks awesome. I wonder how much it costs to live there.
Probably a lot.
Yeah, that's got to be high end right there.
Yeah, well, it's Milan, so.
Oh, well, okay.
That's like living in L.A. I mean, not quite. Nothing's as bad as that, but, As I was talking to my buddy today, he lives out in D.C., and he's all, I go, how you doing, man? He goes, we're going to be freezing again this week. He goes, I don't want to do this anymore. He goes, I got a couple more years, and I want to go. He goes, truth is, he goes, California. He goes, as horrible as it is. Why? He says, because it's 70 degrees all the time. In the winter, it's 70 degrees. In the summer, it's 80 degrees. I go, but you pay a price, right? You get a no-bedroom, one bath, 100 square foot home for $18 million. That's the problem. The Philippines, baby. Now, guys, we have to pick our new favorite player in something. I'm going to go with, we already like the Dutch team for the speed skaters. I'm a big fan of them. Whoever, there was TB that sent that in earlier.
I'm going for the underdog. Who's the underdog?
Eritrea.
All right, that's who I'm going for.
Yeah, Eritrea. That's the one. That's the one I want. Eritrea. Let's see what they can do.
Here comes the Finns.
Hello.
The Finnish.
Be honest, there's some nice looking ladies out there.
Boy.
They all look like models. It's like well, it's Milan, so you only want to send the pretty ones there. Marco Rubio was there yesterday, and I just saw J.D. Vance and his wife Ursha
at the Olympics.
Yeah,
what, he's running that too?
No, yeah, probably. So they, I think Marco, because obviously they're all in Europe. You usually send a big diplomat to this, and with also the negotiations going on, partially with Russia and some other stuff. It's close by. That's why you did that. Ooh, there comes the Finns. Hello, Finland. Hello, hello, hello.
It's always winter in Finland, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's an interesting place, Finland. It really is. I've been to Helsinki a couple times. I was like, oh, this is neat.
Well, that's like their only real major city, isn't it?
They got a couple of, yeah.
Like if a band's going to go on tour.
You're going to Helsinki,
You're playing Helsinki.
You're not going to like Semjurs or wherever like that. That's like
Sweden.
if you go to Iceland, where are you going to go? You're going to Reykjavik. You know? If you're going to Greenland, you're going to Nuuk.
Or actually with Iceland, they probably go to Keflavik where the base is.
Oh, that's true.
If it's a U.S. band.
If it's a U.S. band.
And they better play all their old stuff.
All their old stuff. Scandinavian women are pretty. Yeah, they are.
Tall, too, aren't they?
Tall and gorgeous. Yeah, they all do look like supermodels. Somebody said the Finns are wearing puffy coats. Of course they are.
Of course, tall to me is 5'8".
Oh, this is
Georgia.
Somebody's like, Georgia? They're not going to compete with the U.S.?
Them dogs down there, the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're superstar figure skater Luka. But when we're watching this, think about like all of the Georgia and all these other countries. They're all the former Soviets. That's how big the Soviet Union was, and they all competed together.
Yeah.
Georgia's got 8 athletes.
Now they're all very happy they're not Ukraine.
They're all very happy they're not in Ukraine, which is, people say we can't let Iran have a bomb. If I'm Iran, I'm trying to get a bomb every day of the week.
If you're that Ayatollah, you are.
Well, just if you're any country where you worry about us or some neighbor doing something, just look at the little fat man, the rocket man. He's got a bomb. Nobody messes with him.
Yeah.
Didn't he get some of his technology for nukes from Iran? Yeah,
from some of the engineers back in the day. So, yeah, but I would be trying to get one too, because it just automatically makes you what? If they've got a bomb, you got to give everybody else a bomb.
Got to play ball with them.
Well, because the goal, when you have a nuclear weapon, first of all, you can give them a nuclear weapon. Doesn't mean they're going to be able to ever actually pull it off.
Right.
Because you still have to be able to be able to fit it and deliver it. And secondly, it's if you've got one and your neighbor's got one, see India and Pakistan, there's a reason that they don't shoot at each other.
Yeah, but it's a good thing, too, because they hate each other.
They do. You know what I'm into lately on my TikTok? Watching the Indians and Pakistani army dance next to each other when they kick their legs up high.
I mean, they have the same kind of animosity toward each other that the Palestinians and the Israelis do, don't they?
I think probably deeper.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because there's a lot of Palestinians that live in Israel. Israel's got a ton. There's a lot of Palestinians in the Israeli army. But those two hate each other at such a visceral level because, you've got Hindus, the Muslims, and you got billions of them. So that's the other side of it, too.
Yeah, it's interesting because India does not get along with its neighbors, apparently.
No, they don't.
China and India hate each other.
Oh, they do.
Yeah,
India and Pakistan hate each other.
Yeah.
Those fist fights between the Chinese and India
are hilarious.
I mean,
they're funny. People have no idea. They've been at war. They go on the border, China, and right now there's probably 2 or 3 guys from each side of the border squaring off with one another in a slap fight.
Because you got to keep it at fisticuffs, otherwise it ends in nuclear weapons.
Yeah, it ends in nuclear weapons, and we don't want nuclear weapons. And remember, India's already overtaken China when it comes to births. and they're pulling away from him.
Whole bunch of them.
Whole bunch of them. All right, a little Finally Friday sound straight ahead. Oh, we've got somebody on the ground from Germany doing something.
What are they doing? What are they doing? What is that?
It was like breakdancing or something.
Oh.
Oh, good times, good times.
You know the Germans are having a good time.
You know they are.
They got that German beer, I guarantee. They're probably all drunk right now.
Yeah, they're like, the last time we were here was 1940. Oh. Oh, coming up Finally Friday, Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 98.7. Yeah, I know we talk a bit about what took place with Savannah Guthrie, but it's a major story. It's not just a major story here, because I've got friends who are covering the Olympics and throughout Europe. It's a big story because of how bizarre it is. Because she is we should all cover all of the stories the exact same. That's what everybody like. 99% of kidnappings, as they call them, are family members taking children. And it's just like a shark attack. Animal attacks we cover different because they don't happen very often, like plane crashes. Thank God. And this story is, when you got Trump and everybody talking about it, people pay attention to it. People are asking about, so some of you are going to be mad, but the Faith and Family Friendly concert halftime show this weekend, and TBN's putting it on, and somebody goes, Chad, what do you know about TBN? Well, I know when I lived in California, their headquarters are in Costa Mesa and Tustin, and I know that building's worth about $1 gazillion, and Paul and Jan Crouch got into a lot of trouble from the Trinity Broadcasting Network. Money disappeared.
Whoops.
Yeah. You used to be able to go there every night, and they always had a concert, for their live television show, and it was always they're out there singing. It's kind of like Jim and Tammy. So, but they're going to put that on this weekend. But we were talking about the halftime show. My favorite halftime show that I can remember, and again, I don't really remember Nipplegate because it happened so fast. Somebody had to tell me the next day, did you see? I'm like, no. Katy Perry was my favorite. Why? Because of the shark. Remember the shark? She had the two sharks behind her, and all these people were doing everything perfect, and the left shark didn't know the routine, so it's just doing its own thing, completely out of order. That was my favorite, outside of Dr. Dre and Snoop. But left shark was awesome. Absolutely awesome.
That's whenever I was still waking up at stupid o'clock, so I didn't see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was left shark.
I really did like the one with basically it was Dre and anybody that he had a relationship
Dre
with.
and Snoop.
There was Dre and Snoop, Eminem, 50 Cent.
50.
And then who was the woman's name?
Was it Missy Elliott? Who was it?
I don't think it was Missy, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I really enjoyed that one.
I think
that was all his.
Snoop's performed twice because I think when they did California Girls at the Super Bowl, he did that too. So there you go.
Well, as well known as he is, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, he is. Well, he's at the Olympics right now, which I think is hilarious. He's like, man, it's cold out here.
I think he's harassing the Jamaican bobsled team.
That's what everybody keeps saying. So
says right here that was Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige. Prince, y'all. Prince was a great one as well.
It was, man.
Lady Gaga did a hell of a job.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She did. Remember when she was flying around?
Yep.
I'm like, they better not drop her because that will not look good. Mexico, look at them.
There they are.
Mexico.
They're going to have 5 athletes.
Here comes John Smith and Roger Thompson from Mexico.
That dude is rocking that is a great mustache.
Yeah, he is. That guy looks porn-tacular.
That is old school mustache right there, man.
Oh, that's so cool. that is old school. That is old school. The Italian hockey team, I remember in the last Olympics, they're just like, over to Mike Johnson, back over to Tim, Jackson, over to Steve Smith. And you're like, is Grandma and Grandpa from Italy? Are they? And they did the same thing in the World Baseball Classics and in the Olympics. They're all, if you have a chance to play in the Olympics, you don't want to turn that down.
Woo, Team USA is getting ready to show up.
Here we go. You know what? I was always bummed out. Chad never called me. Country.
Chad from Chad.
Chad from Chad.
Chad from Chad.
Yeah. The Who. Oh, that's right. They went like after the whole debacle, remember the Nipplegate? They went the next day like, okay, what are the 7 most white, non-offensive bands that would, let's get The Who, we'll get Tom Petty, we'll get, Paul McCartney, anybody that will not potentially show somebody's boob.
No dancing.
Somebody give me Yo-Yo Ma. And no dancing. Oh, yeah, I want it to be fun. You get out there and have fun. Yeah, that Mary J. Blige, that Snoop. Kiss did the halftime show?
I don't know. They did. I don't know that they did the Super Bowl, but I know they've done NFL games.
Well, I got to ask.
You know what was great this year was the Thanksgiving halftime? Or was it the Christmas one with Post Malone? Yeah, it was awesome. And he had Eminem come out. That was great. That was great. And look, I'm excited. We were joking earlier and everybody got all mad like I hate TPUSA. I don't hate TPUSA. I don't think we need to be this divided over the culture wars don't always need to be fought all the time. And, you know, it is great that they're doing a pro-America thing, which, Bad Bunny's an American.
That 3284 brought up a good point, and it's Yo-Yo Ma would totally show his side boob.
Oh, he would. He would absolutely do that.
Looks like it says Kiss appeared at Super Bowl 33 in Miami for the pregame show, like Brother Bilal said.
Oh, yeah.
And they did rock and roll all night.
There's a shock.
Yeah. Well, see, they did there because that's why we were saying earlier today about it's hard to, I love Kid Rock. I love Kid Rock's music. And somebody said earlier, well, he wrote, what was it that, his two slow songs.
Picture and what was the one he did with?
It was 1980. Yeah. Didn't he do one with
Sheryl
Crow?
That was Picture.
Yeah. But.
Well, there was another ballad that he had, too.
Yeah. The Sweet Home Alabama.
Let's see here.
But
the mix.
Yeah.
Where it's a mix of Sweet Home Alabama and I think Werewolves of London, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I believe that is correct.
But what made him famous? Like that, what made him famous? Bomb at a Bomb.
Yeah, that he was a white rocker that was also a rapper.
Yeah, and that music that when you watched like Woodstock in 1999, and he rolls out in his pimp coat, and he just rocks out. That's awesome.
All summer long.
Yeah, all summer long. But that's what made him famous. And he's got lyrics. Let's be real. His lyrics aren't family friendly. And I was saying, I know it's going to be on TBN and all this stuff. And I know he loves America. I love America. And I love Kid Rock. But I want to see Kid Rock be Kid Rock. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to see him be neutered in this situation. And I feel like that's what it's going to be. Like he's going to have to come out and sing Lee Greenwood's Proud to Be an American, but in his own style. I'm proud to be an American. Straight out the trailer. Was it? I Want to Be a Cowboy was a good one, too. Yeah, he had some good ones. But that Bomb at a Bomb, just the way it starts. My name is Kid. That was so cool.
I liked Bull God.
You like which one?
Bull God.
God, it's the what's his big album? The first one. His first album was it Bomb at a Bomb? No, what was it? The one with Bomb at a Bomb on it?
Well, this one was on The Devil Without a Cause in 1998. I got to look up.
See, he's talking about Satan.
Oh, see. Discography. But that's what I was saying earlier. It's nothing to do with whether or not I like TPUSA or any of this stuff. It's just always we have to be fighting with somebody because somebody else wants to be more. I'm more patriotic. I'm more this. I'm more that. We always have to fight it. We don't. And everybody's like, well, Bad Bunny sucks. Bad Bunny's the biggest artist on the planet. And he does put on a hell of a show. And I will probably be taking the dogs down to go to the bathroom when any of it's on anyway, so it doesn't matter. And I don't think Bad Bunny's going to do anything crazy. And I'm sure there are people out there hoping he does. And he's probably going to have some big surprise guest. and he's going to sing some songs in English, and he says he wants everybody to have fun. And, and the same thing, watch them both. The beauty of it is you can tape one and watch one or watch none or just watch the, was it Faith and Family USA? So, bomb and a bomb, dang a dang. See, but look at this right here, right? The shots of jacks, chicks with beepers, as well as all the crackheads, the critics, the cynics, and all my heroes in the methadone clinic. I don't think he's going to be singing that.
No.
I mean, come on, man.
It'll be something if he does.
It would be. Oh, you like I'm a bowl god. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Bowl
one.
God.
That is a good one. It's a damn good one. But we'll see. We'll see what he does and how it goes about doing it. I know not who else is on it. Gilbert Brantley Gilbert.
I think Brantley Gilbert.
And there was one other person that was on it, and then a woman I'd never heard of. Is it? And it's not Kash Patel's. I'm surprised it's not Kash Patel's girlfriend. Oh, Team USA, check it out. Hey, what's up? It's me, Snoop Dogg. How funny is it that Snoop Dogg is interviewing Team USA, and the most famous person is not the athletes. It's the guy interviewing them, who they all want to get a picture with. This is crazy, kids. I haven't seen this much powder in a minute. Oh, my goodness. All right. If I'm correct, we've got Brian Wilson in today, right, for Matt?
Yep.
Yes.
So we'll have Brian Wilson straight ahead. He's in for Matt on this Friday as we wrap up the program. This is the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. Do. Wrapping up the show on this Friday.
Man, I'm going to have to dig out my Devil Without a Cause CD now.
Uh-oh.
I'm getting ready to go on a Kid Rock kick, man.
I was doing that the last couple of days. I'm
just going to listen to Kid Rock for a couple of weeks.
You came around the corner today, and we've got what was that, Bill? Was that at Woodstock?
Yeah.
The bomb and a bomb, a dang, diggy, diggy. That was awesome. That was so awesome. And he sounded great, too. Brian Wilson, ladies and gentlemen.
Brian Wilson.
What's happening, man?
Hey, man, we're just getting ready to fill in for Matt Murphy. Apparently, Matt, he's been moving all these boxes, moving into his new place, and apparently, well, he got a little strain in the muscles of some kind. So I'm filling in at last minute. So we'll have an interesting show. Sure. We're going to talk about the Nancy Guthrie thing right off the bat. I mean, that is, I think, one of the most bizarre things that I've encountered in recent days.
Very random.
It's very weird. And, there's a lot of people out there speculating and stuff. And so what I decided I would do here off the top is try to lay out, what it is we really do know and what it is that we still don't know. And there are some new developments about this ransom note. So we'll get into all that. And we're going to talk about, the ice storm, immigration. And it's been a minute since anybody's talked about Benghazi. But we're going to talk about Benghazi today because there's a new development. Somebody very instrumental in carrying out the attacks on those Americans has been brought to justice. And we'll talk about that.
You think they're going to bring him in when Hillary has to testify? So that way she could say there was a nothing burger.
Yeah.
At this point, what difference does it make?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing with the Nancy Guthrie, it's so bizarre because, like you said, it's as Ken said, it's random, but it's not random. And the more that we find out, detail here, detail there, they cut the doorbell lines. They cut the lights that were on the outside. That it sounds a lot more like it was an inside job that somebody at least had familiarity with in and around there. And then the question goes to, why are you taking an 84-year-old woman who has severe heart troubles and can barely walk?
There are so many questions. And, everybody says, they're not, the first thing you do is you put out a statement from the family. You know what? These kinds of cases are actually extremely rare. They don't happen very often. So when you have something like this, and then there's a celebrity connection to it, people are become very interested, and everybody's got a theory. We'll try to separate fact from fiction and what we really do know at this hour.
Well, it's going to be an interesting case, and the Benghazi stuff, obviously, and the immigration and the ice storms. I mean, look, all that happened here with NES is just.
It's ridiculous. But, you know, I've been driving around a little bit, looking at some of the damage, and I'm telling you, you know, I'm going to read a story here in a little bit where one of the local parks lost 2,000 trees.
Yeah.
So it's, you know, it's beyond the impact of people not having electricity, which of course is so very important in a situation like this. But it's also, you know, what this town is going to look like after they clean up all the mess. It's going to be many, many years before our trees recover from what has happened here.
You know, and and Brian, you know, you've been down here obviously a lot. So the roundabout over there, the trees across the street in that little park, there's only 2 or 3 left. They're all gone.
Yeah.
And like you said, these aren't trees that you're not bringing in trees to replace them. Those things took years to grow.
Yeah, you know, that you don't get a canopy overnight. You know, the thing about it is it's sad, but if perhaps NES had done a better job of trimming the trees, a lot more of them might have survived.
We have a pool here because I picked, what did I pick? I think I picked April 30th is when she's going to resign and move on to another gig. Because, you know, there's no way that she's going to stick around to see what this thing looks like. She's going to try to jump ship, get her golden parachute.
Yeah, I wouldn't suspect that they're going to survive. There's going to be some changes, I think, at NES. I think it's going to be mandated by the politicians. You know, and this is the thing I was saying earlier. I was on with Dan on Wednesday, and I was talking about how, you know, really when people do get irritated enough, you can affect change. And I think that's what happened with Epstein. And I think that could be, well, what happens with NES. People are just so angry that, you know, your old standard technique of, well, let's set up a blue ribbon panel and we'll study it and we'll come back in 6 months with some recommendations that everybody ignores. I don't think that's going to cut it this time.
I don't think so either.
People are really angry about this, and they're not going to be satisfied until and I'm using this word euphemistically, some heads have to roll. And I think that there's going to be some huge changes.
Absolutely. Brian Wilson in for Matt. You guys have a great weekend. I got the Seahawks winning this weekend. Brian, who do you have winning in the Super Bowl?
I think the Seahawks pretty tough. I'll have to say they look pretty good.
It's going to be an interesting, fun game. You guys have a blessed weekend. We'll do it again on Monday. Brian, straight ahead for Matt.